Woo! Capcom!
They make games occasionally.
This is 20XDX stuff.
And they sure are games.
Hey, I know that crazed scientist.
That hair.
And that game we played the last time 2 years ago, I think.
I remember that. I remember those spikes.
It's weird that there's a camera crew right there. Oh, sweet. Cutman 2's coming out. It's weird there was a camera crew right there after he arrested him.
I like that the music was playing. That was like the title screen music
for
for
Mega Man 2. Wait, so Wily's the bad guy in this one? But he's in prison right now.
Yeah, I mean, he can't possibly be the bad guy.
Oh god, Android 17, 18, and 16.
No,
We're playing a Dragon Ball game!
It's just Android 1, 2, and 3. We're
Thank
fine.
God. Those are rejects anyway. Like Dragon Ball Goku took care of those.
Alright, so Wily's been in jail for 6 months. Robots woke up.
And now some guy named Dr. Willy is being saved instead of Dr. Wily, even though
They got the wrong guy.
Even though they spelled Dr. Wily correct twice beforehand.
But it was a different guy, though. Like,
Yeah.
they busted in and they saved Dr. Willy.
You stupid robots. I knew I shouldn't have put that extra L in there. That's why I got kicked off from that Gearbox game. I'm very concerned that robot's giant enough to, like, eclipse buildings.
He's big.
Unless this is just, like, a model part
Oh
or
no, I'm on
something.
fire! Okay, no, the fire's gone. It's fine. Welcome to Let's Play Mega Man VII. Also, the lights just flickered, so that's cool.
Mega Man 7. The only Mega Man game for the Super NES. And if you want to correct me, keep in mind that Rockman Forte came out in the Super Famicom. Shove that in your gullet, bitch.
Okay.
I mean, I am technically correct, which, if I understand, is the best kind of correct.
Well, get his start over. I hit the button, so I'm on this screen. The timer's not supposed to keep going once you're here. Yeah, I don't know about that light flickering. Well, we'll see what happens. God dang it. I'm paying attention to the lights. Okay, so we're doing the same thing that we usually do, where we're doing 2 duders per vidya, and we're trading off per duder.
And as we discussed beforehand, Naka goes first, I go second. You will, if you know the order of the stages, you will understand. Also, the intros and the first boss count as one, and the midsection and the count as the part into the fourth boss. So
we'll get to that when we get to it. For now, though, I'm playing. And I'm going to be playing this intro that is far too long.
And we get introduced to everyone's favorite retcon Dr. Light assistant, Otto. And by everyone's favorite, I mean nobody really likes him a lot.
And we're just going to start with jokes, too, because...
I mean, I don't mind Dr. Light.
Dialogue.
I don't mind Dr. Light having a new assistant and everything, but they like retcon him to being like he's been around since like Mega Man 1.
Oh.
Which, granted, you didn't like see a lot of story in Mega Man.
Oh, hey, Dr.
1
Light.
through 6,
That was quick.
So... Why is Dr. Light out here?
He's probably just going for a walk when everything started exploding.
It's like the Light Laboratory's not this close to a jail.
See, what I don't like is that Dr. Light was just right there. He, like, hurt himself, couldn't move, laying there on the ground, like, 10 feet from where we stopped, and Otto's over there being an idiot, not giving me my helmet, and Dr. Light can probably hear us, because we were right there, and he's just going, Otto, you monster.
Man, that jail got fucked.
Eyebrows.
I escaped, bitches.
Darn you, Dr. Willy.
If only I had the ability to shoot you from here, Dr. Wily, but I can only shoot forward.
I can jump.
Well, he's already
So
off
I
the
like
screen.
that Dr. Wily came out spotted us across the lake, decided I'm gonna fly over there next to them, wiggle my eyebrows at them, and then fly away.
I think what's better is you have to realize that one of the robots brought the UFO with him, because he immediately comes over there with the UFO.
I mean, why wouldn't they?
Yeah. Also, fun fact, according to Mega Man 8's map, Dr. Light's laboratory is based somewhere in California.
Oh no, those poor Mets.
You would have killed him anyway.
I mean, that may be true. I tried. I
The
failed.
best bet I have for this guy is you stay as close as you can to him and, like, you avoid literally everything. Like, he'll just go like, yep, and just go straight over you.
I did it. I blew him up.
And as long as you keep ahead of him before he does the roll thing, you're perfectly fine.
Alright, so as we mentioned before, Mega Man 7 is the first Mega Man game and only Mega Man game on the Super Nintendo. So they kind of had to...
And this came out after Mega Man X, and like X2, I believe.
Yeah, so they kind of had to update their game to work in... What happens if I get behind him?
But you
I don't know, I kind of just stood there and
his ass
mashed...
without jumping.
Yeah, I kind of just stood there and mashed the attack button. Because you have an amazing strategy there, Base.
So, some guy named Bass and Treble.
Bass and Treble.
Wonder how many people I just, like, upset in that one moment. Excuse me, his name is Lance Bass, not Lance Bass. Get it right, folks.
Alright, so they had to kind of update the game for Super Nintendo, and there's some divide on this one. Personally, not as fond of how they did it, and that's mostly because it feels distinctly different from the NES Mega Man.
Also,
What it feels like is Mega Man X trying to be Mega Man.
like, downscaled.
Yeah.
Also, real quick, before you hit a boss, hit select.
I'ma go home. Fudge this place. Oh, jeez.
Keep in mind, if you don't have the manual, you don't know about this, but this is Auto Shop.
It's a giant Eddie.
Exactly, that's what it is. It's
Big Eddies.
Yeah, Big Eddie's. Welcome to Crazy Big Eddie's Auto Lot. Get it? Auto Lot. Because I'm Auto and I'm crazy. There you go. There's your appropriate characterization for Auto without his hyperbolt for the moment. Unfortunately, it'll be a while before we get his hyperbolt, so everything's going to be a lot more expensive. Most other stuff we can find on our own, so...
Yeah, pretty much
This is just like restock on lives, energy tanks, and beat whistles if we ever find beat, and the weapon energy tanks.
Yeah, there's a fair number of collectibles in the game, and most of the things you can collect are you can buy from Auto, but not all of them. Which button's back?
The B button. Or whatever you have is like...
I don't know which one's the B button.
There you go.
Jump. Jump is B.
All
Okay,
right.
so instead of starting with our 8 robot mersters, we got 4. I guess they
Which,
down.
since they started with 4. I
guess
think
they
this is also kind of supposed to be based off of the whole, like, Mega Man Game Boy thing, where it just starts you off with 4 bosses, you do a mid-stage, and you get 4 more bosses.
Oh, I was thinking they just downgraded the game. They only had the money to put 4 bosses in the game.
Well, that's...
Dr. Wily's just been in a pinch lately.
That's Junkman's reason to exist. Anyway, personally, I always start with Burst Man, but honestly, if you're a skilled player, you could start with Freeze Man and, like, get everything in one cycle.
Yeah, I feel like if you were going to, say, speedrun the game, you would probably want to start with Freeze Man, because if you start with Freeze Man, you don't have to double back on any of the stages.
You could start with Cloudman too, but we'll get to him when we get to him. There's some platform trickery there.
Yeah, because at the very least, you need Freeze Man's thing to get items in Cloudman and Burst Man. So like,
and you need it for Junkman stage 2, which I think Junkman was a Crash Test Dummy villain. Oh, I went way back on my reference there.
See, I would have appreciated that a lot more, but my brain was busy churning.
Couldn't figure it out.
Not to figure that out, I was thinking about something else, and my brain's just like, hold up on that one for a minute. I gotta finish what I'm doing.
I love that pilot. I keep wanting to watch that pilot, and I am pissed that never got picked up for a show. I
want there to be more. It was so good.
I would have loved a Crash Test Dummy series. I don't care if it would have ran for one season. I want me a Crash Test Dummy series. And I'm aware there are video games on here, and maybe we'll get to them. I don't know. But first off, we're going to take care of Burst Man.
Bam. As a kid, I had recorded the entirety of that, that pilot.
I did too.
Onto a cassette tape.
Oh, onto a cassette tape. I did VCR
that I
tape.
I would just listen to that when I was like going to bed or whatever. All right, so this is Burst Man. He's horrible, and everybody hates him.
I mean, I've noticed it before, but I just really kind of paid attention to the giant beakers in the background.
Those are big beakers.
Well, beaker.
Bombs and spikes.
Actually, what are they? I know beakers, I think, are like the triangle ones, but I think the round ones have different names, or vice versa. Like the glass tube stuff. There are specific names for them, and I guess some people will get iffy on you about that.
I got it.
I think this is the first game that really brings these bombs to mind, but I know these were in Mega Man 6.
So I think you can get that. Like, I think this jump is technically possible.
You have to do it with Rush Coil and maybe slide back to get it.
Oh, fudge that noise.
But if you go down this way, you pick up an energy tank and immediately absorb it into your feet. Also, heads up, real quick. Pause your screen real quick. When you kill this guy, when you feel like it, go over. Just hit next. You only get 4 energy tanks in this game.
Oh,
that's
poopy.
You also only get 4 weapon energy tanks, and you get a special tank which fills up everything. But yeah, you only get 4 this time around.
That's a little poopy. But I mean, I guess if they're gonna split it and weapon energy, then at least you're not using. Well, no, because energy was always just energy, so it's just pooping.
I can't say this is a hard game. It has its moments, especially at the end, for a lot of people, but...
I mean, I feel like they probably got... Fish.
That fish was jumping for you.
Yeah, I feel like they probably got to the point where... I want to go up there. Hey, Rush, you don't mind standing on spikes, right?
Hey, Dr. Light made me immune to spikes, right?
Well, why can't you just hang around all the time?
Because I have limited energy.
You could beat friggin' Spike Wallman. That guy's been giving me trouble since the beginning.
I'm trying to think of more Scooby-Doo-esque stuff for him to say, but nothing's coming to mind.
I was saying something, now I don't know what I was saying.
We're talking about difficulty.
Oh, I feel like it's, gonna try that again?
I think it's about as high as he can go.
They can, like, swim, though. That's how they surrounded me.
I think they're set to a certain limit if it's like how high up they are is as far as they'll go.
See, look at that guy go!
Well, yeah, because he's on a higher platform. The guy was on the ground. So anyway, difficulty.
I feel like come the Super Nintendo, they kind of realized that the way difficulty worked on the NES versus Super Nintendo is, like, difficult, their gameplay is evolving.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of the stupid things they did back on the NES just, they wouldn't fly anymore.
It became
oh,
very...
wow.
Yeah.
I could jump real high. I was
There
not
are
expecting.
spikes up there, too.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that one. So my strategy is mostly to just kind of get hit by his first attack. Like, try to jump over. What the crap?
Yeah, you can do that more often. It's a mini-boss. He'll do what he wants. You don't tell mini-boss what to do. Mini-boss do him.
It's a mini-boss. It's supposed to be easy. You have a set pattern.
Slide into his drop.
I did it.
I don't know what you picked up, but you picked it up. Yeah, I think...
It made a bloop sound.
Pretty much, my...
I'm gonna not shoot him.
My prevailing thought is when they were in the NES era, like early...
I think that's
middle,
weapon energy.
It's weapon energy. The beginning to middle of NES game creation, difficulty was arcade style. Like, they were still in the arcade mindset of, like, make this hard, make them really work for it, and 40 minutes lasts 40 hours.
Yeah.
But near
like, you can make a short game harder by making it painfully difficult.
But near the end, it was, like, pretty
Like,
aware that it was, like, just make a better, longer game.
Yeah, they kind of started, especially once gaming kind of figured its... Oh boy.
Got those vanishing blocks.
Yeah, especially once gaming kind of figured itself out.
Yeah, like around the NES, the Super NES, it was kind of aware that they were like, up, time to like, make it not shit. Difficulty.
Especially once gaming got more popular as well. Like, they could afford to spend more money on games. Yep, hit them all once. You would not think a guy that can quick kill Kraid consistently hit that guy once.
Well, Samus and Mega Man are completely different.
I mean, it's the idea of...
styles.
It's the idea of you have to jump in the air and go like bam, 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 super quick. Like, and here I am, that guy, and just kind of go, nah, I'm just gonna like jump up in the air once and miss entirely with a much larger, easier to hit shot. That's cool. Hey, that's an R. I want that. I'm gonna hold it up and show everybody. I'm gonna show all my friends, and they're gonna be proud.
Kind of surprised you're taking it slow for this section.
I mean, there are spikes and water.
Well, I mean, yeah, I
And
understand.
water spikes.
I understand you're not rushing it for that. But there are a couple points where you're like, you could have made it over. Perfectly fine.
I prefer air on the side of not dying.
Like, you could easily make it over. You could like jump over here.
I'm not jumping up there. Told you that noise. I'm gonna miss and fall into those spikes. I know it. I'm just gonna do that. The water take me. Water guide me. I'm at full life, actually. I don't need that.
The water take me. What are you, like a patron deity to a water deity or something?
What if I
Patron
am?
to a water deity.
Hey, I remember this guy.
Mega Man 3, I think, where they were from. Anyway, we're on to Burst Man.
Burst Man!
Reason you tend to do Burst Man first is because he's honestly the easier of the four. Like, his pattern's really simple once you get a hang of it. It's just that the danger...
Jumping over these is a pain in the butt.
The danger wraps are kind of annoying to deal with because he'll tend to do that and do them right afterwards.
Ah!
And you have to shoot out of them. Like...
Dang it. Got him.
Also, Burst Man is one of two
Bam.
bosses that have two different weapon weaknesses in this game.
By the way, if these things carry up to those spikes, like, as you said, you have to shoot your way out of them.
Oh yeah, if you touch
If
the
you-
spikes, it's game over.
Yeah, if they carry you all the way up to the spikes, you just die. That's
Yeah.
just it.
It's like Bubble Man.
Oh boy, that one had me clenching.
It's like Bubble Man. Remember, Bubble Man had spikes on the top of his arena.
I tried. Man, this guy, he'll die eventually.
Eventually. It's more like he's easier because his pattern's easier to get over, but he's more time-consuming because it's like, ugh.
Gotta wait on all these stupid things.
You have to be pixel perfect to get that shot in if you can. If not, you just like...
Yeah, dang it. That's a real quick way to just end all your troubles there, too.
Mm-hmm.
Just, okay, I just got kind of pixel bounced by that yellow one there. And that's it for me! Crap. Hope. Come on, dude, can you just kind of die? Dang, that didn't kill him?
Oh,
He's got one bar!
man, that's the reason video games have lives, is because you make mistakes. perfectly reasonable. If anybody gets on your case about it, they're the asshole.
I mean, I don't care about anybody else's opinion. I care about my opinion.
You're fine. You're not really into Mega Man like I am, so... I'm more... I understand you're not, like, on the pattern stuff I have, so...
Well, for me, it's the time involved. It's...
Yeah.
How many times do I have to do this?
It's the same reason you don't really care for raiding versus like I am. It's like,
Oh,
I'm willing to, like, smash against the wall for a bit, but there's a limit to where it's like, okay, I think we've gotten to the point where we need to, like, actually make the win here, or we're kind of just gonna go like,
It's here, specifically, I feel like if he had, like, if your charge shot did 4 damage to him instead of 3, that would probably feel about right.
I think it's always been 3.
Like, I'd be getting near taking him out at this point. And, like, that feels about right. I really want to try to squeeze another hit in.
I think if you do that jump over the second one, you can kind of shoot him while he's jumping in the air, but that risks you missing out on the ground here too. Up, you win.
I will lemon you to death. I know you only had 1 bar.
Excuse me, good sir. Those are solar pellets.
Alright, whatever you say.
Actually, they are solar pellets. Like, he uses solar energy and converts it into the pellets. That's what they are. You can look it up all you want and try to tell me I'm wrong, but he's solar powered.
That's cool, I guess.
The Danger Rat fires out a bomb encased in a bubble, doesn't it?
Yes, you moron. But it also does other things. I don't know why, I feel like what Dr. Light is saying is always so condescending during these. Like, that's not the intention, but heaven help me, it feels like it. Mega Man, you moron, it can do that, but don't forget, it can also do this.
I don't know why. Dr. Light's like the most fatherly character in this entire series.
Alright, controller goes over to Ogre.
Probably, I want to say second to Kazik. I think Kazik would probably be a little more fatherly. Anyway, my turn. I'm going to do Freeze Man.
Oh, I mean, sure, I guess.
Just kidding. I'm doing Cloud Man.
Alright, so we actually have a boss weakness now.
Yeah.
So, we can actually use boss weaknesses, so that'll make things a lot easier.
The problem with the boss weaknesses in this game is that the bosses have Spark Mandrill syndrome.
Alright.
Wherein that if you hit them with their weakness, their AI resets and they become laughably easy.
I'm cool with that.
Which, understandable, I guess. The whole point of discovering their weakness is to make them do that stuff. But, I mean, like, when you're talking Spark Mandrill syndrome, you're talking, like, laughably, like, oh my god, why'd you bother programming this boss at this point, kind of easy.
Nah, man, I'm cool with that, though. If I want a challenge, I'll Buster only him. Or use somebody else's weapon or something. Like, just because there is an option to make something very easy doesn't mean you have to take it.
Yeah.
It's like an option on the friggin' main menu. Like, just because there's an easy mode on the main menu, you can't get angry because...
Ooh, how dare you be a Japanese creation in a Japanese-based game.
Like, I view it like...
Now, if you have the Freeze Cracker, which is Freeze Man's weapon, you can hit this guy with it all you want, and this rain will turn into ice. But we don't have that, so... we just have to ignore him for now. Go get this extra life, because we're out of extra lives for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where all those lives went. It's a mystery.
It's probably my fault. If I hit the right button, I'll go over. Actually, we're back to... we broke even, so...
Huh.
Okay, fine, I'll go back to Rush. I'll go back to my Mega Buster here. I think I have to go down, because he technically counts as an enemy. Aha! Eat shit.
Probably could have slid under him.
That's what I think about your ability to control electricity in a rainstorm. Which I think is currently what's going on outside, which is why the lights were flickering earlier.
Yeah, thankfully that hasn't happened in like 20 minutes, so
Though my pacemaker has gone off.
Oh, well, that's problems.
Oh, Ogre?
Are you
Oh god, he
Do-
died with the
doing?
controller in his hand.
He's still playing like a champ.
He died doing what he loved. I think. I don't know what he loved. Mega Man was one of them, Dragon Quest was the other.
Oh no, he just jumped into a pit.
Ugh. Be a suck-ass way to go. I mean, people have died playing video games, but they overexhaust themselves, so...
Yeah, it's like you can, if it's due to overexhaustion, you can die doing anything. Just don't get enough sleep and do something for long enough.
Fun fact that I didn't realize until I played through this again on my own time. If you come back with the Cloud Man's ability and you shoot the clouds with that, since Cloud Man's weapon is the best one in this game, the clouds on these platforms electrify and they hurt you when you touch them.
That's horrifying.
Oh no, invisible platforms that would have showed up if there were snow around. I guess that means nothing is hidden around here. You little fuckers are back from Woodman. I mean that literally, they are back from Woodman.
Yeah, they got the dropper and the egg thing, and hey, there's a platform up there.
I should go get that, if I don't fall into a pit.
Nah, I think falling into a pit is a good plan.
I would prefer not to. I like to think I'm the better of the two. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I think I'm the better of the two here.
Well, you have way more practice than I do.
Man, there was only a one up here? Well, I guess looks like it's time to jump.
Oh man.
This platform would have been illuminated.
Hey, there's another platform there.
If there would have been snow here. I guess I never have to come back now.
Man, look at that letter that you can just hold up in the air and show all your friends.
And look at that NES lag.
Oh,
Super
yeah.
NES lag. Boosh.
With 5 million sprites on the screen.
Would it have been beautiful if I just, like...
Just careened straight into the pit.
Just, what is that called? Like, threaded the needle into the pit there, just like, oops. I mean, I guess I'll pick it up. I don't really need it.
Oh, so I was mentioning difficulty earlier.
I could have done that.
I was mentioning difficulty earlier. And on one hand, I feel like giving yourself some kind of arbitrary limitation in order to make things harder is a little contrived. Like, I feel like the designer should do something more than that. But I also feel like going out of your way to select a different weapon and figure out what the boss's weakness is far enough removed that I don't have any problem with, if I want to make it harder on me, I'll just use the Buster.
I remember that whistle. I mean, technically, Mega Man 6 came out, like, a couple years before this game, so...
Oh man, information. We get to learn things.
Just like in that Mega Man X game, Proto Man comes up. Psh, don't mention that series. And don't mention the fact that our sprites will use for a lot of.
Are you suggesting we burn? Are you suggesting we start a forest fire, Proto Man?
Fire burns everything. That explains why you're in red armor.
Friggin' Smokey just leans in. No, you don't.
No, Henry shows up from Firewatch.
In that exact tone,
yeah.
just
My game may be on the Switch now, but doesn't mean I have to deal with more forest fires. Man, I had a weird cough when I mentioned that Firewatch is now available on the Switch. It's almost like I have a weird cough whenever I advertise games I like that are available on a platform I like. Dragon Quest XI, now available on Steam and PS4.
I was actually gonna mention something else about difficulty. And now I can't remember what it was because Proto Man interrupted me.
Oh, cool. I didn't like you in Airman stage, I don't like you now. Where's the rapid fire on this button. And I'm at Cloudman stage.
You
want me to do
did
it
it.
Mega Buster, or do you want me to do Danger Rap?
Hey, you can do whatever the crap you want to do. You're the one playing.
I'll do Danger Rap. I kind of want to. I want to really show you the like. Oh my God, this is sad and pathetic kind of thing.
Oh no, I mean I get you. He fall down.
Oop, I missed.
Thankfully, it's even if you dodge that one attack, it's pretty easy to hit him right after.
Oh yeah, you just have to wait for him to be not invincible anymore, and this is it. This is the fight. This is literally the fight. He can't even do anything. That's it. Spark Mandrill syndrome right there.
I don't know, man. I'm cool with that.
There is a demake 8-bit version that gets rid of that kind of thing, and I kind of like that a little more.
Oh, I was actually thinking about playing the D-make of this game, just because, I'm gonna be honest, I don't like the Super Nintendo graphics for Mega Man.
I kind of grew to like them a bit. I just don't like the fact that his face looks like he's perpetually angry at something. Like, he's just like...
Well, that's that inspiration from X.
Nah, I think it's probably because he's 7 games in deep with Wily, and he's like, I'm fucking having it. I'm shooting this motherfucker if I see him next time. And now I got the Thunderbolt. Yay!
Spare me, Mega Man. Oh, that was it. That was just it. Okay.
Goes back to Dr. Light. 3 laws compliant, my ass! Anyway. I was Cloudman. We're done.
Yep. Till next time, everybody.
Dr. Wily defeated. Cloudman was just all they needed.